Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Well, thanks for watching. If you're new here, I'm all about Greek property. I'm helping people invest in it. I've got a business for it. Links are all somewhere around here. I don't know where it's gone, how you're going to watch this. You could be watching it sideways. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Buy in Greece, and same as the website, www.buyingreece.com.au. If you want to get in touch with me, see what services we have to offer. Also, please share, like, subscribe, comment, do anything, shout about it. Get in touch with me actually if you have any advice. I want to know that these things are landing. I just had a conversation with a nice gentleman called Con before, and we just chatted, shot the shit about everything about Greek property investing and what people's mindsets are about it and sort of how to go about it. So it's quite interesting. But that conversation led me to this video today, which made me go, I want to tell people why I've decided to do long-term leasing as opposed to short-term leasing in Greece, because the fine gentleman, Con, was asking me the same question. He's like, well, why aren't you doing Airbnb? So the reason that I started, firstly, was because I wanted to have long-term investment and long-term money coming into a bank account there for my parents. They moved back into Greece from Australia in 2005. After about 30 odd years, they went, stuff it, we missed the homeland. They went back. Me being sort of a worrywart about them, I was like, I just want them to have a nice little pot of gold in case they needed it. They never did, obviously, but I was like, I'm just going to create that there. So long-term leasing was something that was an absolute for me over anything else, really, because it meant just consistent money coming in that I could see into a bank account that I could expect. I could then figure out the whole year's finances and then figure out how I was to reinvest that money if I needed to. The next thing is that with the long-term investment, you're only dealing with one tenant. I'm not dealing with 50,000 people coming in and out of the house. Not that you're not dealing with anyone making noise or having parties or that kind of stuff, but someone who moves in, you can do your research on them. You can do your background search. You can generally see who the person is. You know who you're putting into the house. You can hear from the neighbors, if they're good, if they're bad, this and that. You can also terminate that lease contract. There's a lot more control, I think, as opposed to just making a quick buck through something like Airbnb. It was more security and safety for me, because I found someone that I liked. I was even happy to drop the price a little bit to have someone that I liked in there that I knew was going to pay on time, and in fact pay earlier even, that was looking after the place. Things are going to break, things are going to happen, I get it, but someone who looked after the place, someone who respected the area that you're in as well. So for me, it was more security and safety. I did look at Airbnb. What I didn't like, even though there's a lot of money to be made in Greece through Airbnb, because obviously you can jack the price up during the peak summer season as well, which, mind you, prices start going up from about May right through to October. It's not just June, July, August. They're optimum, but you can start making money anywhere from May all the way through to October. Airbnb is a quick injection into your bank account. But if you don't have someone there who can manage it and run it, then you're ultimately handing it off to a company. I looked into one of these companies. I got in touch with a few of them actually. I said, I've got a place at Sonic, this and that, looking at Airbnb, it's fully furnished, whatever. And they said, oh yeah, can you send us some photos? You need to put in an application, we need to come out and have a look at it. I was like, what do you mean? Like, you don't want to take my business? How much do you take? They're like, oh, we charge 25%, And I'm like, so you want to take 25% and you're not even sure if you want my business because it doesn't suit your... Okay, well, no, I'm not going to give you 25% and then you're going to be like doing me a favor. Huh? Excuse me? No, it's my property. I put my heart and soul into this. I renovated it. I fixed it, be it myself or with a builder or whatever it is. It's my own money. It's my own thing. If you're going to play it off as if like it's a burden to take 25% of my money to rent it out, I'll do it on my own. So that's why it was just simplicity and ease and not having to deal with that kind of stuff. On top of it, the government in Greece, as of last year, have decided to tax heavily on short-term leasing, predominantly Airbnb. In fact, I think if your apartment makes anything like from 0 to 12,000 euro within a year, it gets taxed almost 15% more. It's insane. And then it goes higher and higher from there. But that's because they've caused such a rental crisis. The government's like, well, if you're going to put people out in the streets and not have places because people would buy places, do them up, and then just not lease them out. So people are like, well, we need to live somewhere. So I don't get taxed as much either. I don't know. I think it's just something like in the low 20s for taxes as an individual. A company gets taxed at 24%, which is a much lower rate than Australia, from what I understand. So there are incentives to do the long-term leasing as well. I am also going to give you some downsides to that as well, because the other reason why I did do long-term leasing in Greece was because I thought it would look like a passive income, and that when I was to apply for a bank loan or a home loan or something in Greece, they'd take that in as passive income and go, well, he's obviously got money coming in, da 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 da. They actually don't. But Greek banks don't like rental income as income. They don't take it into consideration, which baffles me, because you've got a lease, you've got someone in there and they've signed a contract, which obviously whatever, if they want to break it, they're going to break it. But if your job wants to fire you, they're going to fire you. So what's the difference? It's income coming in one way or another. In fact, it's more income. I'm making more than the average person does at their job from real estate. But for some reason, that's not accepted. But the job that people can lose during COVID it baffles me. But anyway, Greek banks don't take that, in case you were thinking that way. The other downside, which is what caused me to create my business, is that you need to have someone to manage your property over there. Whether it's short-term or long-term, you do need to have someone over there running it. Again, I'm not saying that you can't do it from overseas. You absolutely can. Do everything you want. It's a hell of a lot harder and takes a lot longer. And the sad reality is that the Greeks will take advantage of you. If you don't have someone there that you trust, be it lawyer, laborer, whatever it is, accountant, but other people, especially labor, oh boy, can they take advantage of you. It's not even really going to make that much of a dent in your pocket, to be honest. Given the prices that we charge here or get charged here for labor costs, it's insane how much you can get done for a fraction of the price in Australia. But it's still a sad case when, no one likes to feel like they're being taken advantage of, especially because they hear Australia, they hear dollars, they still think that it's a lot more money. And to them it is. I'll be completely honest, to them it is. What we make, some people make what an average person makes in a year over there, they can make it here in a month. So that's a sad reality. Another reason is marketing. I feel like you can market your property a lot easier, especially on Spitogatos, which is the main one there. There is also Spitimo, and you can also do it on Facebook as well. I've seen a few things that come across. But if you have a look at Spitogatos, which is their main website, and you look at the crap that exists on those ads, asking to lease out their place, and they got a photo of the ceiling, they got a photo of a dark hallway, they got a photo of the toilet seat. Like, it's just ridiculous. Do yourself a favor, jump on Spitogato and just have a look at any property. Other than the massive Mykonos Santorini ones, obviously, that are going to be exceptional. Look at your average property that's going for about €350 in any state, any city, and just have a look at some of the photos and you'll understand. I realized last year, it didn't actually take me that much more to make my thing pop, my listing pop. I actually watched a 5-minute YouTube video on how to take proper photos of the iPhone. Figured out how to place a few things to make it look nice, what colors work together. Bought some stuff from IKEA, made the thing pop. I was insane. And I remember going to a real estate agent, he goes, oh, you won't get more than $350 for this one a month. And I was like, nah, bullshit, these can go for $400 to $450. Anyway, did my photos. Obviously attracted a higher end clientele because the place looked amazing. But obviously, how are they going to see it if I got some real estate agent in there to take photos like this, here, and then up here? Obviously, my photos were going to pop. I put a little filter on them, and then when they came in, the photos matched the place. And I got $420 for one of the places in an area that should only really be getting $350. So I find that it was a lot more control with my own properties. I just feel like I can control the value a lot more and control the process and just feel part of it a lot more than when you just sort of hand it over to a company. But of course, you can always contact me and be like, hey, I've got a property, it's over here, I need someone to manage it, I need your services, and I'll be like, sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Like, I just enjoy being able to have consistent money coming into my bank account, being able to have security on who I choose, who I put into my home, know that they're not going to destroy it, know that they're not there for parties and all that kind of stuff, and know that it doesn't take that much for me to manage it. All it takes is a few photos every 6 months. I've got all my people online as well. They're Instagramming me or they're WhatsApping me. WhatsApp is huge in Greece, by the way, and so is Viber. And I've got an open communication with them. So it's just easier for me as opposed to Airbnb, where I'm just solely relying on one team or one management group or something, and it's sort of out of my hands. And I own it. I'm making some kind of income out of it, but I just feel like I don't really have a grasp of it. But again, it's not my game. Doesn't mean that it's not your game. It absolutely can be. It's just not my game. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. Again, please follow, share, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know your thoughts. If there's anything that I can explain for you, please reach out. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Mwah.